Hello and welcome back to RC Icons. So a little bit of a different video today. Today I'm going to showcase Caleb's build of the Terra Conqueror that he got from Jason at True Vintage. So if you didn't see the previous unboxing video, Jason had sent me this new unboxed Terra Conqueror as a deal sweetener when I had bought the new unboxed boost kit. So he had sent a couple of extra cars in with that deal, which he didn't have to. And I really appreciate it, Jason, if you're watching. But in that video, I talk about how I had earmarked this kit because I have one new in box already, and I've got a mint one in the cabinet behind me. So I really didn't need the kit. And this is my son, my 11-year-old son, Caleb's favorite vintage car. So I had asked Caleb if he wanted it and if he wanted to build it, and he was all over it. Absolutely over the moon excited. So this is his runner. And he built it. So I'm going to show, what I did was I took pictures of him throughout the build, and I narrated kind of a slideshow of all of the pictures, and then at the end of the video there's a little running video of him just kind of taking it up and down the driveway. So basically this is a stock Terra Conqueror, other than he did do some hop-ups on it, just some that I had laying around. Obviously it's got the egress wheels and tires. He's always loved Glenn's. Glenn, a couple of years ago on the channel, had done a custom Terra Conqueror where he used the bathtub chassis, but he used the Top Force FRP top plate for it, and he ended up painting it in the PS48, which is the anodized aluminum, and then he did mirrored Tamiya TRF stickers on it, and or decals on it, and Caleb's always loved that car. So when he got his hands on this one, as much as he does like the box art, as much as he loves the box art, he wanted to go that route. So sorry, Glenn, but Caleb copied you. So yeah, this car, he built it 100% himself, and it really came out nice. He did a really good job. So let me bring the camera over real quick. I'll show you the car, and then we'll get into the slideshow. So now that I have you in position, so it's actually still got dirt falling out of it from when he ran it. So that's it with the PS48. It's just got blacked out windows with PS5 after he was done painting. You have to back this paint with black. And then the mirrored Tamiya TRF decals. So yeah, he did an awesome job with the whole car. And the thing looks awesome with the egress wheels and tires on it. The egress wheels and tires are my favorite Tamiya wheel and tire, so I've got tons and tons of them. Like literally probably 15 sets. So when I take the body off, so he did put a Dynatech O2H motor in it, and he did do the speed gear tune set is inside this. I think he's running the 69 tooth spur. What has he got for a pinion? 23 tooth pinion, I think. I don't remember what the ratio is. But he did a Jazz Rider, prop shaft, and cups. I had ordered a dark blue one by accident at one point instead of the light blue one. So I gave him that one to use. And then he has... oh, what is it? What is it? GMP, maybe? GMP, maybe? I forget that. It's the GM, whatever. GPM alloy steering set in there. And I'll be honest, I wasn't too happy with it. So this is the one that's actually made for the bathtub chassis, and I believe it's the one that Glenn had modified in his first custom Top Force that he did. It was in silver, and he did a turnbuckle across it and reversed them to make it work. But the thing had so much slop in it, and even still, I mean, I guess that isn't, yeah, see how much slop is in that? And it's two screws that tighten up from underneath to get rid of the slop, but when you tighten them up, it doesn't want to move at all. So I would stay away from that one. to be completely honest. Maybe there's a way to mod it to make it work better, but I may end up putting a whip racing one in there instead. So he's running, diffs feel great. He did a great job building the diffs. He's running a 1060 hobby wing, low profile JX servo. I think it's a 9 kilo servo, and then he's got his tiny little thumbnail size receiver in there. But he runs it on 2S, and at the end of the video you'll see he runs it on 2S, and then he just has the standard black CVA shocks. We used the shock oil that came with the kit, but it seems like it's too light. So the car, it droops on its own. And it's even worse with the battery in it. So I don't have any real spacers in there to set the springs. I checked to make sure he got the right springs in the right locations. You know, like the fronts aren't in the rear and the rears aren't in the front. I may double check that again. But I may put a harder shock oil in there just to give it a little bit more. Although it looks killer at that stance, you know what I mean? But the problem is it bottoms out fairly easy. So yeah, we'll have to take a look at it, but he loves it. So yeah, let's get into the build, and then I'll see you back after the little running video that he did to do a closing. But I definitely wanted to feature the build at the very least. So yeah, let's take a look at him building the car. So he starts out by getting everything laid out for the kit, getting everything into his tubs, and then he immediately starts in with putting together ball diffs and assembling the rear end with the speed gear tune set. Put a Dynatech 02H motor, and he used a Jazz Rider aluminum motor mount. So we got all that put together, or he got all that put together, and then he started building his rear arm assembly with his upper arms and putting that assembly all together. Got everything sized right, looks good. Started to get the final assembly done on the rear end before starting with the front end. He's measuring out his arms there, making sure that everything is kosher with the manual. And then that's the rear assembly all put together short of the shocks. He's got the front end actually assembled in that one as well. So there's the front end with the Jazz Rider prop cup in place. Got everything put together great with the grease. Front arms are going together with the steering knuckles. Everything was good to go there, and then he's finally getting his shocks done and getting them put onto the front and rear modules before he starts to get it onto the chassis. So in this point here, he's got it actually assembled onto the chassis, so the build is actually coming together quite nicely. And then final picture here of the chassis all done before he puts his wheels and tires on. So everything went together very nice. No parts were missing. The only question, like we said, was whether or not those rear shocks, those springs are correct and that shock oil is right. So then he moved on to cutting out the body and getting it fit, making sure everything was in place the way he wanted it, and sanded out the body, got it ready for masking. So in the next frame, he's got the car masked up, ready to go. With there being no protective film, he used some tape along the lower edge of the outside of the car just to make sure there was no overspray gonna come out. And he got the car sprayed up in the PS48, backed in black. And now he's just test fitting it to make sure everything was gonna work before he starts with his decals. So I've got a ton of TRF decals, so it was a matter of figuring out which ones were gonna work. So we laid them all out on the table so that he could see the different colors of mirrored finish decals that we had. And he ended up selecting a set of TRF 418 decals. So the 418s are a mirror finish, and he ended up using all of them for the most part, except for a couple. So this is the car all decaled up and done, ready to go out for its first run. He's got his egress wheels and tires on at this point. and he's basically just taking some pictures of it all done so that he could show some friends. I actually sent some pictures to some of my friends as well. So yeah, that's basically the car, and here is the running video of him just stretching its legs for the first time. Give it a little tire shakedown. Give it a little bit more than that. Oh, easy, easy. So he's got a Dynatech O2H in there, which might be a little bit hot, but it's what he wanted, so I put it in. It's an older motor, so I don't really know the condition of it. We just wanted to get it running for him. Egress wheels and tires. Alright, we're going to bring it to the dirt. So yeah, after that first run, we were going to head to the dirt, and then we realized that we heard a clicking sound in the rear gearbox. So we brought it back in, and after doing some more research on the speed gear tune set, we realized that the motor wasn't turned the correct direction. So we actually got it turned, but by the time we got outside, we were losing daylight, and it didn't make for great video. But at the end of the day, the car's done and ready to go, and he's able to run it whenever he wants. So yeah, I just want to send another thank you to Jason. You made his year. He absolutely loves it, and yeah, that's basically it. I mean, the car's done and he's ecstatic. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. A little bit of a different video showcasing Caleb's build. Try to keep their privacy a little bit secure. That's why I tried not to do too many pictures of his face and stuff, just because. So I hope you guys were all right with the video, with the pictures and the narration. He's also kind of a shy kid, so this will work out perfect where you guys were able to see the build. So yeah, that's it. He's got a Glenn Barclay ripoff. I love it though. It's a great look. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video. Hopefully you guys liked it. Let me know in the comments. Show Caleb some love in the comments. Let him know how you feel about an 11-year-old building a Terra Conqueror from scratch. I mean, I think it's absolutely awesome. I'm a proud father. So yeah, that's going to wrap up this video. If you haven't already subscribed and turn on your notifications, make sure you do so you don't miss any of the epic content coming to the RC Icon Studio. We've got a lot going on right now. And until we see you again, we'll see you soon. Thanks.